long. So I'm going to do what Henry VIII told his wives. I'm not going to keep you long. It's interesting to me as I look around trying to figure out what to say. So, because I don't write speeches and I want to talk from the heart. And what my heart tells me that we are a nation engaged in a great civil war, trying to determine whether this nation shall stand the course for the principles of the United States Constitution, or whether we shall submit to those who would deny us the freedoms that are inherent to our purposes. Now, one of the things that I see a dearth of when I look around this audience is a lack of black involvement. And so the media would have you believe that blacks do not support this movement. When I was elected to be the representative, one representative from North Carolina to the convention which elected George Bush for the second time as the nominee for the Republican Party, I received all kinds of threatening phone calls. And my window was broken out. And though I knew how to use a gun, I never bought one. And I figured if these fools are serious, I'll give them a run for their money. So I went and bought a .45 Smith & Wesson. And I would suggest that you don't come to my house without calling or step upon my property, because I do believe in the death penalty. One of the things that's kind of interesting is that I went to an event and some drunk guy was walking down the street, and I knew he couldn't find out where he was going. So I said, "Do you need a ride?" So I gave him a ride. And he decided to get fresh. And I said, "Sir, you know, I don't think my boyfriends would like you putting your hands on me." And he said, "What boyfriends?" I said, "I have Smith & Wesson. And I think that you had better keep your hands over there to yourself." What we say is important, but it is what we do that is most important. We are about to embrace and embark upon an election. And I hope that all of you people who are talking about the Constitution have exercised your constitutional right to register to vote. Because there's nothing worse than talking and not backing it up with your registration to vote. And I hope that in each of these things, voter registration forms will be made available for those who have not voted or registered in the past to get registered. Because talk is cheap. It is what you're willing to back up that is important. People say that the most important amendment is the Second Amendment. I think the Second Amendment is very important. And the United States Supreme Court has ruled that the right to bear arms is an individual freedom as well as a collective state freedom. And every night, I think that people need to make sure that in their prayers, they continue to pray for the health of the current Supreme Court justices. Because if one of them suckers demises while Obama has the reins, we will have a run for our money on the courts. I think that it's also very important that we understand what it is that is. People talk about the freedom of speech being important. But one of my grave concerns is that we need a new constitutional amendment that is clear and unadulterated. And that constitutional amendment should read, "English shall be the national language for all public, business, and legal enterprises in this country." Because you cannot have a nation divided by language, or as it states in the Pledge of Allegiance, we cannot be one nation under God if everybody is speaking something different. It's interesting to me as a preacher's kid that there was a story about a lady who was asked to bring a cake to the event. So the preacher's wife was running a little late, and she put together a cake, and the cake fell. So she filled the middle of it with a toilet paper roll, then covered it over with icing. And she told her daughter, "Please get down there and bid on this cake before anybody else gets to bid." So the daughter unfortunately was a little late getting to the cake bid-offs, and the preacher's wife came that night to have a dinner at somebody's house. And when she got there, she realized, oh my God, they are serving my cake for dessert. Now the cake looked wonderful. It was beautiful. And someone asked the lady where she got the cake. And of course the lady said, I made it myself. And as you can see, I put all of this time and energy in getting this wonderful product here. She cut into the cake and was very embarrassed to find at its center a roll of toilet paper. I see people playing politics who call themselves patriots and Americans, and they've taken the bones of who we are and stuffed it with toilet paper and covered it with an icing that, though tempting, may sound good to some people, but it misses the essence of who we are and what we are to be about. The Second Amendment is an important amendment. For the last 6 months, day in and day out, I have been trying to finish a book called Common Sense Conservative Prescriptions, Solutions Good for What Ails You. I must tell you, I finished the book, and I'm hoping to find a publisher. So anybody who knows a publisher, you just let me know. But what the essence of the book says, don't give up on America. And don't believe that it is not within our resolve to find solutions to the issues which face America. When Patrick Henry rose to the floor, he said, I may not know what other course others may choose, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death. And the response to his patriots was, to arms.